Hey, welcome to the Fireside. This is Sean from Firekeeper Studios, and today we're talking to Julian Mendoza and Krithi, two fantastic artists from the Boston area. I saw them both perform together at a show a while back, and I thought it would be really cool to have them both on for a joint episode. After the conversation, Julian and Krithi will be performing a new song called Sweet, produced, mixed, and mastered by yours truly. Sweet will be going live on all streaming platforms on the same day that this episode premieres. Enjoy.
Things are good.
It's going well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's been a long day, but we're rolling. Happy to be here.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. Would you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm Julian Mendoza. I am a multifaceted, I guess, genre-crossing musician, originally from Gloucester, Massachusetts. I do a little bit of everything.
Wow, that was nice. Your journalism pops out with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Krithi. I'm also a multifaceted artist. And I'm based in Allston, Massachusetts. I specialize more in like R&B, and I also produce, and I write my own music as well.
Nice. Cool. And how long have you known each other now?
Man, I've known... Our first contact was on Instagram.
Probably a year ago was when we first met in person.
Yeah, we met in person in May of last year.
Yeah.
We've been in a relationship since early November of last year. So we've been friends for about a year.
Sweet. So yeah, I think this is probably going to come out maybe in like August or something.
Oh,
so,
nice.
So that's, well, that's cool. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be rocking and rolling,
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah,
No, we're not worried. We're not worried in the
that would
slightest.
be awkward. We simply won't break up just because of the
messing around.
awkwardness
you
of it.
gotta maintain this.
Just for
a
this
few more
podcast.
We'll
months.
break up
to come
right
out.
after this
Right
release.
after
It's
this
like, oh,
podcast.
that's out. Okay,
Yeah.
see ya.
Yeah.
Maybe let it sit for a couple days.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
for people to kind
Let
of
it
absorb.
simmer. Let the tension build up so
Yeah,
people
exactly.
can feel it.
Cool. No, this is great. We can do like an edit to make it look like you guys are like really like butting heads and
Absolutely.
you know. I think
You could do like
Absolutely.
just put
The
like a
drama edit.
solid black line like in the middle.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that we're starting off on a really happy note.
Yeah, it's really
setting the
I love
tone.
I love the
awesome.
future that we're looking forward to right now.
No.
This really
everything's-
matches the tone of Krithi's music, as a matter of fact, if you listen to her music.
Yeah, very depressing.
Tell me. Oh, is that true? I've listened to a few of your songs.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
songs?
I don't remember the names of the
Sing
top
it.
of my
I
head.
want to.
Don't put this man on the
Oh my
spot.
god, I'm sweating.
Oh,
now.
it's a sad
sorry.
one. It's a sad one.
No, I think I write music that feels true to me. I think I'm waiting for a strong enough happy emotion or emotion that's synonymous with happy. I think the stronger emotions for me that I can really dramatize lean towards a negative. And like even when it's like a happy song, I tend to like lean a bit towards like a little mellow, just
As
mellow.
you guys can see, I'm not doing my job, apparently. I'm kidding.
Oh.
You're just talking about not being happy.
Oh no.
You
You have nothing to do with that. Like
It's hard to be
Apparently, I'm doing a terrible job.
no, you have nothing to do with that. It's my happiness.
Romantic partners are exclusively responsible
For
the
your mental
other's
health. Yeah.
well-being.
Let's
Into-
yeah, that'd be extremely toxic. No. You're not responsible for that. But but yeah, I think that would be a stark contrast to Julian's music. I think Julian tends to lean more towards positive influences when it comes to his inspiration behind music.
Yin yang.
Yin and yang, yeah. You could say that. You could say that, actually.
I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't want to.
Yeah. But I think like just because I make art about that and just because you make art about what you make doesn't really define that's only like a sliver of who we are. So I'm not a negative person. Like, I'm happy.
all over the place. You have some sad.
I'm very happy.
You have some happy. You have some
But I
happy
just make
music.
negative music,
I have some sad music.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's whatever.
I feel like it's easier to write. Maybe this is just me, but it's a little bit easier to write negative stuff. And one thing I've noticed is when I try to write happier stuff, I feel like there are less words and concepts easily available, or like I don't know. Maybe I haven't done any like thorough looking into this, but I feel like when I'm trying to write a song that's like not sad, I feel like when I go on like a thesaurus and I'm like, I need another word. Like more than half the words feel like somewhat negatively oriented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, here's my psychoanalysis of that for myself is when we're happy, or when I'm happy, I don't want to speak for everybody. When I'm happy, I don't question it. If I'm happy, I'm happy. The thoughts can be very simple. I'm not going to dig too much into it. But if I'm sad, I want to climb out of that. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions. And that leads to the complication of thoughts. I think a lot more. It goes in all sorts of different directions. I confuse myself. So I think that's what leads to, when I do write sad songs, which I do, me having, like you said, like a lot more content, because I've already gone down 8 different rabbit holes trying to dig myself out of the ground. You know, I don't have to do that with happiness. If I'm there, I'm floating on a cloud. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I think, well, it's also more than just happy and sad. I think music is just very dramatic. It's very easy to dramatize any other emotion but feeling content. Because when you're feeling content, that's like the most simple emotion you can have. And if you want to dramatize something for a song, I don't know, it's hard to do. I applaud people that can make like truly happy music. As in, the music itself doesn't need to be happy, like the instrumentals. It doesn't really have to have like a positive like tinge to it, but like the lyrics, like if they can write happy lyrics, like purely happy, without that feeling of like self cringe, like I applaud anyone that can do that.
Yeah, no,
I'm not there yet. I think eventually I'll get there, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, I think, to write happy like instrumentals, at least for me. If I had to write a song with lyrics that was like really happy, I would personally have a hard time with that. So yeah, hats off to those of us who are more able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, applaud. We can give like a standing ovation for Julian at the end of this.
This is not about me. I have plenty of sad stuff. Anywho, this is not a sadness competition.
Yeah, that's true.
No. We're trying to smile and laugh and clap our hands.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're happy and you know it, that's all we can do.
Well, let's go back in time to the first song that either of you ever recorded, ever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe no one else has even ever heard it.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
First song I ever recorded was also the first song I ever released. In terms of like a solo song, that is. I'm not going to get into all the random stuff, but it was quarantine period of the COVID pandemic. That was in it was in April 2020 that this song eventually released. But I'd been writing like free verses and like freestyle raps over like YouTube beats and other people's instrumentals for like some time. First as school projects and sort of parodies, and then I realized I really have fun with this, and then it became a little more serious where I was actually trying, and then everything became so serious with the COVID-19 pandemic, and like I lost access to so many things I love and people I loved, and I needed a passion project basically. And I'd always been, I shouldn't say always, but for the past, couple of years since I graduated high school, which at that time had been 4 years prior, I'd been tossing around the idea of making my own music, but not having sort of the drive to actually get it done. And I had tunnel vision at this point. I got literally a cheap USB mic. I made a pop filter out of cheesecloth, and I sat on my bed and texted a friend from high school. This is at a point before I knew hardly any musicians, but this guy was a gifted piano player and an acquaintance of mine in high school. I was like, hey, I know it's been a while, but we had fun that one time where we jammed out and did something together. I have this sort of vocal concept. Would you be at all interested in like helping me turn this into a song? And he was thrilled, super enthusiastic about it. Shout out to John Altman. He's in my band to this day. Nice. And doing a lot of his own
Instagram is Jazz Altman,
stuff.
Right?
And no, it's John Eric Altman.
Oh, my bad.
But he goes by Jazz.
Sorry, John.
He goes by Jazz Altman on streaming.
He's very talented.
But yeah, so we went back and forth virtually because we couldn't see each other at the time. One thing led to the next. I got his brother as a sax feature on it, and it became something that was like starkly me, which is great to accomplish for a first song. It was this sort of like jazz fusion-y type, like hip hop R&B track with like this rap backbone that I was really proud of, and we released it. At that time, people didn't have much else to do other than be on their phones and listen. So it got some really good reception. It connected me to, a lot of people that I haven't spoken to in years who listened to it from home. And it was just like a really, really cool experience. That song is called Feel Me. I ended up getting, remixing it a year later with a Dreamville affiliate named Davion, who absolutely killed that remix. So that sort of breathed new life into it, and I still perform it at just about every show.
Cool.
So,
Yeah,
very
it's
special
one
to
of my
me.
favorites for sure.
Yeah, she sings the feature verse on it when we do it out now. So
awesome.
Really, it's involving so many people.
Yeah, wow. That's like such a better trajectory for your first song than the first song I ever recorded, which like no one ever heard. It was not good.
Oh, I was
This
gonna
is
say, were
amazing.
you happy with it? Because that's what
At the time, maybe, but in retrospect, I definitely
that'll
don't
always
even-
happen. I mean, my lyrics on not my lyrics, but my vocals on Feel Me, like my singing and my rapping are like so subpar compared to what they are now. But it's like I've had to beat myself up telling myself like, you can't think like that. Like you can't think like that. So that's what I try to tell everybody else too,
Right. And that's still available. Is the original version still available on like streaming and stuff?
Yeah, I've had some thoughts about it. It came from it eventually landed on my first album, which I've had thoughts about sort of like, do I keep this up forever if I end up taking music seriously and I have like such better quality stuff, like down even to the, the engineering and recording and all that. But for now, it's like it's a part of me. You gotta keep it up.
That's cool.
I think it's nice to keep it up because it definitely shows growth. Like
Yeah.
I love scrolling down artist pages on Spotify and seeing where they started and where they ended up now. So it's nice.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. That's
Yeah.
a good story for the first song.
Yeah, it's a good story. Mine, I would say the first song I recorded a couple of songs with Toro. You know Toro, right? And he's also an amazing artist. I recorded a couple songs with him. I remember like my sophomore year of college. My junior year, my bad. I think we were just kind of jamming though. And I had downloaded Logic and I was just kind of making little beats. I used to just make like lo-fi beats to like study to. And then one day I made like a beat and I really liked it. And I was like, I'm going to turn this one into a song. And that became my first song, Eve. So it was nice that like my first song was something that I produced. I had like full creative control over. The only thing I didn't do was the mixing, which Owen from AM Music Group did the mixing, and I recorded the vocals there, which was very nice. They had a nice system there for me. And yeah, shout out Owen. And so that was like the first song I made. I enjoyed the process of making it too because it felt so me, because the production itself was like very lo-fi neo soul mixed with like Indian percussion, which is felt more centered to who I was. It felt like a blend of things that I've learned growing up. My background in music is like Carnatic music, which is Indian classical music, and so using those instruments in the song, I think, really helped like jumpstart like a music career, so to say, for myself. And then since then, I've just been enjoying the process, and I've been enjoying like changing with every song, putting out like something completely different every time. And I've just been in this like era of experimenting. Now I kind of just want to hone in on something and put out like a synchronous, or just like a project that makes sense for me. So I'm excited for that next chapter.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is
Thank
Eve
you.
still on?
Eve is still on platforms. Yeah, I like
Cool.
it. I think it sounds really good for my first song, and I got a lot of engagement from that song because first of all, I had just like a great support group of friends in college who would just like plug my shit like crazy, and yeah, and I think I also did well. It also did well on like social media and like TikTok and Instagram for like my first song. So
Yeah, that's super cool.
yeah, I also like promoted the hell out of it because I was like nervous. I honestly haven't gotten back to that level of promotion yet. I don't know why I had so much drive in me to promote, but yeah, I need to get back there because I think that was like doing well for a bit.
Yeah, that's something
yeah.
I could learn more about too, is the promotion side of things. But
Yeah.
do you still incorporate elements of Carnatic music into your production?
I do, and I make like little beats here and there. I haven't been able to make a total song out of it. I recently also been sampling a lot of like old Bollywood songs and old like South Indian songs as well. Again, I don't know about the copyright on those, so I might have to just release those beats or those songs out on like SoundCloud. But yeah, I've been getting more into that stuff. My production's like all over the place. I'm not sure exactly. I think I just choose to experiment with something one day and it turns into something. So
Yeah, no, I mean that's
Yeah.
one of the best ways to go about it.
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
trying so hard to get away from like making video game beats because like it feels like everything ends up back there, and I'm just like it sounds good like for like a certain brand of artist it would sound good, but not for me. So
Yeah, it's easy to fall back into.
making video game music, like video
Everyone
game
does
waiting
it.
room music, like you make anything chill, it turns into like a Minecraft like background music on like a stream or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you could really be like the Michael Jordan of elevator music, though. If
I
you
could
really
be.
set your mind to
I
it.
really could be.
I
really
think
could be.
I think like
Like sim music. I
there's
could
a
do it.
market for that for sure.
There is. I just don't want to be in that market. I'm trying so hard to get away from that market. I'm getting there though. I think what really helps is co-producing. Like I really enjoy working on a song from start to finish with another person as well. I don't like when there's too many hooks in the kitchen, but I do like having like a small group of people to like co-produce with. I think that's like really cool.
Yeah,
Because then it gets lonely. And you just sit in your room and you make a beat and you're like, oh shit, send it. Who do I send it to? The only person I can send it to is Julian. He'll be like, oh yeah, it's fire. It's kind of sad.
then what?
And then what? Like it's nice to, in that way, it's nice to collaborate with someone. But in other ways, I'm trying to get used to collaboration. I think it's just not a huge part of my process.
Yeah, it hasn't really been so much for me either because I've always just been making music with my computer basically, which is not really the most collaborative way to go about it, making music.
But it's nice if you get like stuck on something and be like, okay, I can bring this into like my session with this person and then we can work on it together and we can fix it kind of thing. So in that way, like if you get stuck, it's nice to have like another person who you know has an ear for production, you can work like well with and make something from it. So
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that way you don't have many like beats you trash all the time, you know? Because I feel like I trash a lot of them.
Yeah. I think I've thrown away a good amount. Or there's some that I don't think will be getting any light, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's the process, I guess.
Be like that.
Yeah. I don't want to like harp on that Carnatic thing too much, but I'm just like curious, like where do you get, like you were talking about percussion and stuff, like where do you get those like elements?
You can download like plugins. You can, the thing on like Splice where you can just take like a tabla sound and you can make it into like a sample like for yourself, or you can make it into a drum pattern and make up your own pattern with what you download. So like that kind of stuff. I haven't had access to real life tabla player. Obviously if I try to do it, I'd be pretty shit. The only thing I can really do is like sample my own like Carnatic vocals. I never learned how to play like an instrument like in an Indian classical way, like Indian classical instruments. I can play a bit of the veena if I try, but that's basically the gist of it. I've recently been connecting with some like tabla players, some some Indian flute players as well. So like I'm excited to see what can come from that, because I want like those live. If there's anything I want live on it, it would be those instrumentals, because obviously the packs online, they don't really hit as much. So
yeah, that's super cool. Yeah. I think having a couple elements that are like live can be really nice to make something feel more finished and real and stuff. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yep.
I realized I was talking about how we always light the incense, but we didn't do it. So
let's light the incense.
Would someone be open to
Julian,
doing
do you
that?
want to light it?
Do you want to let it?
Let's see. You hold it.
Ceremonial.
I'll
You
hold
look
it.
like you're on a mission.
No, I'll hold it and you light it.
Oh, okay.
So we're both part of the process.
This is nice. It
I'm
needs
gonna
to be,
cough up a storm. Hopefully not when I'm lighting this, so I light the place on fire.
Oh.
Oh no.
My bad.
Hopefully
You'll find that we're
Should I
both getting
be-
over colds now.
I'm not getting
okay.
over a cold. I just had allergies. You actually seem like you're getting over something. No, you need to light it a bit. Yeah, let it go a little bit. Yeah, let it burn a little bit.
Beautiful.
That's looking nice.
It's beautiful.
It do be that do be incense.
Can I smell it?
It does smell really good and comforting.
What do you think it is?
Hmm?
I think it's saffron or something.
Can I
I'm
smell
not
it?
gonna guess. I'm just gonna enjoy. I was
Never-
just talking about enjoying the happiness. Oh,
This is a new. We've never done quite this much with the incense before.
Oh, sorry. Did I let it burn? I usually let it burn for a little bit so you get the maximum.
I'm just trying to figure out like what it is, but I don't remember.
I need to know. I don't know if I can be happy, Julian, unless I know. I'm joking.
I usually get like sandalwood.
I think it's sandalwood.
It could be.
Maybe
It could
I
be.
went from saffron to. I think it's sandalwood. If
Yeah.
my nose is correct.
I think I kind of prefer the like woody, like planty, kind of like musky ones.
I like those too.
Yeah, not so much like into the floral and all that. But anyway, yeah. Music.
Music.
What
that is why we're here, I suppose.
I was wondering if you could both break down a song for us, a recent song.
Oh,
I have ones in mind, but if you want to focus on something specific,
yeah.
I like that better if you have
Yeah,
one
if you
in
have
mind.
do you have one of both of ours in mind? Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Break down a song.
yeah, Julian, Be Your Own.
For Be Your Own.
I liked that one, and it's pretty recent, right?
Oh man,
nice.
that's a good one. That's a good one to ask about. Because that one actually has a story behind it. Krithi and I have been dating since November 2023. And obviously we're both musicians. And one of her little tongue-in-cheek little jokes is like she'll nudge me being on like, hey, have you ever written a song about me? Like, have you ever like
Yeah.
like, do you have anything that's about me? Were you thinking of me when you wrote any of these lyrics?
Yeah.
And I was always like, shh, like so just sort of like brushing her away playfully. What she didn't know is, since we started dating, I started thinking about it. After I'd already been crushing for months on this woman, and then I was like, all right, I guess it's go time. So like now I can actually do this. So we had it's for your birthday, right? Is when I gave it to you.
Yeah.
I ended up sort of secretly writing this song. And I linked up with who I was talking about before, John Altman, from the guy who produced Feel Me, and his girlfriend, Kat, who plays the bass. They're both gifted. And they love Krithi, and we all perform together, so we know each other very well.
You were there at the performance, right? Wait, you didn't do the band that day.
Oh, there's no band.
There was no band that
That's
day.
true.
Usually when he performs with the band, like it's Kat on the bass and John on the piano.
This is the
at
Peabody place, or
this one
Yeah.
was we saw you at the Peabody place when we didn't have the band, is what I
Right.
recall. Anywho, it was with them. We sort of were like sneaking around like just before her birthday after I'd been writing this for some time, and us three just produced the whole thing relatively quickly after I had sort of like an idea in my head, and I wrapped it up and released it shortly after. I released it on Valentine's Day, but I gave the demo to her on her birthday, which is
wow.
in mid-January. So basically the song's about, it's like sort of like a key theme that sort of defines our relationship and our collaboration, for that matter, as musicians, which is the idea that, two partners should rely on each other to an extent, but still be their own people. They should still be individuals who can operate as they want to be, and take as much influence from their partner as they would like, as makes them feel free, and as makes them feel happy, no more and no less. And the partner's job is to accommodate that and make them feel at home with whatever dynamic they choose. So we've had that conversation a lot in terms of being romantic partners, but also in terms of being partners in music, where, as we alluded to before, Krithi and I are in different spots collaboratively. It's one of my favorite, most natural things to do. For Krithi, it's something that she's enjoying trying, but it hasn't come around to feeling natural yet. So it's sort of that thing where, we're trying to enjoy each other's company in a music studio and writing music together without me stepping on her toes in terms of creative vision. And I guess vice versa, I have ways I want certain songs to go to that I would rather her not, step into a whole lot. So it's all about finding balance in all of these realms and understanding what we each need as individuals and being the best complements as we can.
Yeah, I think we're both pretty set in stone about the way we want things to be sometimes in the creative sense. So we tend to clash a bit sometimes when it comes to collaborating creatively. In other aspects, we're kind of fine. It's really only when we collaborate creatively where it's honestly for me, it's hard for me to collaborate in that sense because I'm so used to doing everything by myself. And I kind of like doing everything by myself. It gives me a little bit of a release. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm more and more open to collaboration these days, which is I think is a good thing, as I'm seeing a different side of the music scene. And there's also definitely a double standard here when it comes to being a woman in the industry. If I walk into a room and it's three men, and I'm just how do I be vulnerable in this space without feeling as if no one's gonna really understand me. That's basically the gist of it. And also as a woman in any professional field, being tied to a man is, or not in the sense of romantically, but being associated with a man when it comes to your work. You wonder, are people going to look at it and be oh, he's the reason for her success, or she's successful on her own, kind of thing. So that's another thing that I find it hard to get over, other people's perception of it. But at the end of the day, I know what I'm capable of. I was an artist well before I met him. He was an artist well before he met me. So but it is tricky to get around that because I have to deal a lot more with other people's perception than I think you would probably have to.
Yeah, and that's I guess what I'm trying to always navigate is how to be the most, not even just the most understanding of that, but the most actively conscious of it. How do I actively work against that so that I strike the balance of not I guess not feeding into that sort of thing by being overarching with my creative control and stuff like that, but also maintaining the integrity of what a collaboration should be, which is sort of like a back and forth between two equals. So it's all about sort of, for me, where does that balance fall? Where do I take a step back? Where is my opinion valuable? Where do I put my creativity first if I'm really sure about something? You know, there's all sorts of things, and Krithi makes it easy for me because it's like, Lord knows she doesn't need any help. Like it's never anything where I have to do any sort of teaching at all. It's anytime, you know, it's you know, one of us giving each other input. It's purely from like a stylistic perspective, and you know, you know the quality is going to be there with Krithi. You know the taste is going to be there, and I like to think that I bring some of that to the table myself, and it
look at
makes
this man's
things a little
hat,
smoother.
man.
It's a very nice.
It's also very fluffy.
It reminds me of like not main Yoshi, but like a yellow Yoshi's egg.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes, one of the Smash alternates when you change its color,
or like Yoshi's Island, kind of.
Yes, precisely.
Yoshi's Island. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
We'll do
That's good. That's pretty good.
You did.
I can do many impressions. I cannot.
You can't do Yoshi?
Which is pathetic because I was a Yoshi main in Smash for many years.
That was good.
That is good.
That was good. We should just do Yoshi impressions for the next 30 minutes and see.
Until the
incense is gone, we just go full Yoshi.
My hungry ass could never be in Super Mario World, bro. Like every time I saw Yoshi eat those like red fruit things off the bushes, I got like ravenously hungry.
And everything's
I always
food.
got
They
like super disturbed by the fact that, you know, like the toad is like, it also gives you like in like Mario Kart, it also gives you like extra boost of
That's just a mushroom.
energy.
It's not a severed
it's a
toad
mushroom,
head.
but it's a severed toad head.
Not really.
That's interesting.
I don't think. I hope not.
It's
never
a
thought
severed
about it
toad
that
head.
way.
I always got a little disturbed. I was like, are toads cousins being like decapitated to put in these like mystery boxes for people?
You should make like a dark like theory
so.
like YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Going
just
into every nook and
divulge.
cranny of this idea.
She is the dark
Information.
side of the yang, as you can see.
The dark side of the internet. I'm the
Are
dark
they
side of the internet.
decapitating toads for Super Mario
Super
World?
Mario. I always got a little disturbed by
like
that. I don't know why no one else like thought that was weird, but
Pop like perks.
Pop
Yeah.
perks. Preposterous.
did you see the Super Mario movie?
I did not. No, Pete, I don't
Sorry.
think
So
you did.
unfortunate.
We were
Don't know
talking
why I
about.
brought this
You guys
movie.
ever been to Chunky's?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know what Chunky's is?
No.
I don't think so.
It's not only New Hampshire; it's Massachusetts as well, right? Like there's one in Lowell, right? Or was it?
That's
Nashua?
honorary New Hampshire, anyways.
Yeah.
Chunkies?
So Chunky's
Is it like Chuck E. Cheese?
Kinda.
Okay.
It has like
No.
It has Pete says no. It's not like Chunky.
Just
I guess I
phonetically
don't know
similar.
what. Is it like Chunky Cheese? I guess I don't know what that
Chunky-
means exactly.
I think they're going bankrupt, Chuck E. Cheese, right? Or have they gone bankrupt?
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that rat got to get out of kids' like living space, bro. That thing is freaky. Anyways, I don't know. What is Chunky's? What is
Chunky's is like this movie theater where you can go and
Oh.
like 10 minutes into the movie, this lady comes out and gives you a menu. And there's like tables,
Whoa.
and you can get French fries, buffalo wings,
How much
chicken
are
fingers.
tickets?
It's all really cheap. I think
Oh
they're
my
actually
God.
closing like 2 locations. It's very sad. Hopefully they're still open by the time this comes
Really?
out. But yeah, it's very, very unique place. I've been there like twice now.
Well,
The first time we went to see.
We definitely have to check that out. We got to
Puss
find a
in Boots
Chunky's
2.
before they close.
Well, if by the time this podcast comes out and like Chunky's is gone, like, rest in peace. You would
yeah,
have loved
put a
this
rest
podcast.
in peace slide right after this.
Hopefully,
yeah.
I wonder if we invite them to be a collaborator on like a clip for this part. I wonder if they would accept. That'd be. Really
I would
cool.
love to be sponsored by them. I
Yeah.
would wear their like logos and stuff and Instagram
Absolutely.
posts.
If they're
I
going
would
out of
love
business
that.
and they're being offered, a free promotional opportunity,
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
love to.
like, why not?
I think they would take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about getting sponsored by so many companies. I think Takis, Sprite.
Topo Chico's
Takis.
doing a lot around here. Takis.
Oh,
Takis, yeah.
yerba mate. Yeah, guayaki.
Oh, you should definitely get the Takis and the yerba mate sponsorship.
Almost always, I slam a yerb before we do the podcast.
Yeah,
That's one
it's
of my
perfect.
favorite
Your
techniques.
Firekeeper Studios, like Takis, like you associate with
Yep.
like fire, hot,
You get it. Fuego.
fuego.
There you go.
Fuego keeper.
Yeah, fuego keeper. That's crazy.
That's not so good. We'll have to cut that part. But yeah, no, the Taki sponsorship would be incredible. Are there any others that I'm forgetting? Monster, yeah.
Oh my god.
One time we had a party here where it was a New Year's party, and we had this was it a crock pot? We had a crock pot, and we put 12 cans of Monster in the crock pot and just made it hot, like
Yeah.
hot cider or something. And I just put up a sign that said "Hot Monster, new thing," and I forced people to drink it.
That's like chemical
Okay, yeah.
warfare.
It was
That's
really
like
weird.
you could probably be put in prison for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the forced people to drink it part.
I hope. Yeah, this is the only time that I've ever pressured someone into drinking something.
I see.
It's you have to.
You
drink
have to
it. You
drink
have
it.
to drink it.
That's probably worse than drugs. Not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it pretty much is drugs. What's in there? Taurine.
Yeah. This is
green.
very incriminating. We have a camera rolling.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't come out to the
Like-
public in
like
any
you.
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hot Monster, try it. It's actually not green. In spite of
Monster.
the M being green, the Monster itself is more of this purpley, weird brown purple color.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah.
That's very suspicious.
At least in my memory, it was purple.
I don't like
but I don't know
that.
why. I got to stop looking at Pete because he's not. We got to get a
fever
Pete
dream.
cam and a Pete mic in the future.
Yeah.
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 It would be funny if you could just see it, everything in view. You got the lights, you got the cameras, and Peach is
You just see Pete.
just there. Sometimes it'll pan.
I like that idea actually.
That would be funny.
Holding an iPhone pointed at my face.
Yeah.
With the up angle.
Disgusting angle.
Yeah.
He's playing Flappy Bird.
Yeah. Playing.
He's playing Fruit Ninja, Flappy
Oh,
Bird,
wow.
Subway Surfer.
You guys
the
still have
days.
Flappy Bird?
I do not. I've never had it actually.
I was about to say, you
I've
could
never
probably
actually
sell
used a
that.
phone.
Oh,
That's
that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
That's
I don't.
talent.
You
I
think that would be
can't.
unfortunate?
No, I think, in this day and age, that would be talent to not be able to use
would
a
be
phone.
talent,
It would
yeah.
be talent to not use a phone and go through life.
blissfully unaware.
Not easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Krithi, your song.
No, I think we're good there. I think we can just end it.
Cut it. We're not
Yeah.
doing the song. We're just done.
Yeah.
I was wondering about, and this maybe also touches on collaboration because there were other people in the video.
Yeah, but they're musician. It's less of the making of a song. It's I enjoy playing in a band. I've really enjoyed playing in Julian's band. Well, not playing, singing in Julian's band for the last few months, I'd say.
Since last summer.
Last year.
Creeping up on
Yeah,
a
last year. For the last year, I've enjoyed providing my vocals for him.
That's cool. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. And Julian and the band members were kind enough to do my song as well for the same ones that did his song for Be Your Own. And I really enjoyed filming that NPR. I think I had 2 takes and we ended up just going with the first take.
Yeah,
Because-
wow. I was talking about, I didn't say the name of the song. I think we jumped ahead.
Oh, yeah. The name of the song is called Lotus.
Lotus.
I should explain Lotus. Yeah.
Yeah, tell
I haven't
us
explained
about
this song in a while. This is actually Julian's favorite song of mine.
It's a lot of people's favorite. This is
This is
a
how
crowd
Julian
pleaser.
met me because well, actually, that's not how you met me, but it's how you reached out saying that he loved this song. This song is in English, Hindi, and Tamil because I wanted to incorporate, I don't speak Hindi, but I speak a bit of Tamil, and I wanted to incorporate languages that my parents spoke because I actually wanted them to listen to this one. And they enjoyed it. They liked this one. My grandma really likes this one too. I played it for her.
Cool.
And this song is about what the title is. It's about a lotus flower. And the symbolism, I guess the Buddhist symbolism behind a lotus flower is it's a symbol of purity. Because when you put it in water, it has a coating that reflects dirt, repels dirt. And I think it's adhesive. I think that's what it's called, adhesion on the lotus flower. And because of that, I wanted to do a song based off, kind of taking that metaphor and putting it in my own terms. So I'm talking about as if I'm the lotus flower, saying, if I'm touched by dirt, do I now steer clear of the water? It's a song basically about not letting imperfections and impurities kind of cloud your view of yourself and your self-image. That's basically the gist of it. And I wrote it when I was obviously in like a very down time of my life, but I was excited that the song was more upbeat because it could put like a positive spin on things.
Yeah.
And the music video for that I filmed. It was my first music video I did. My friend Carl filmed and edited the music video for me. We did this in college. I was in my last year. I was in my senior year. My friend Mahalet helped out. Shout out to them. And I got a few of my friends in the music video as well because I wanted to have that like colorful. It's that kind of. I wanted to resemble like the Bollywood music videos where they just kind of like throw leaves in the air and flowers in the air, and just be like blissfully happy. I wanted to have that vibe to it, and I wanted there to be a lot of color too. So I think I kind of accomplished that with the very extremely low, in fact, probably no budget that we had. I think we accomplished that. So shout out to Carl. He edited that so well. So thank you, Carl. And Julian really liked it too because he hit me up after that. Clearly, he liked the video. I don't know if I don't know if you saw the video plenty of times, but.
Oh yeah, I saw it plenty of times.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was, and I reiterate, like, for a while we were like totally platonic too. Like I just started out as a fan is the joke that we have, but it's true. I had no idea who she was. I heard a bit of her singing from a project that was being organized by Turntable Teachers and their podcast and their masterclass compilation album of a bunch of local artists, and she was one of the artists who caught my ear. I went to listen to some of her music, and Lotus was one of the best songs I've ever heard. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I have no reason to exaggerate. At the time, I had zero bias. I had no idea who this person was. So it was enough to make me reach out and be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And sort of kept up a line of communication after that, I guess. And
yeah, I think we were going to collab on stuff, but I was still finishing college out, so I wanted to
I sent her like a demo that we ended
finish
up
on a strong note because I was like worried that I wasn't going to finish there.
We never finished the first song I sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a song and I never got to it, but then he hit me up in May, so we connected. So
cool.
Yeah.
Man, I wish something like that would happen to me, where I just like hear this amazing song and I just start dating the person who made it. That would be so cool.
There's a lot more steps in the process.
Yeah.
It's one, too.
Yeah, no, it's. I guess the moral of the story is, and regardless of how long it took, is like always reach out. Like, it's even if you don't have expectations. I was like at that time, like I was like the time we became friends. I was still reeling.
Respectfully though. Like,
yeah, no,
like he was respectful about it. Like it wasn't with any like.
But
intentions.
I like didn't like you like that at first. Like I was still reeling from a breakup. Like I was having like it was many months until I could even feel anything. I was just grateful for her friendship and her eventual collaboration. And the feelings came much later, but still it's like I'm not even saying like put yourself out there in terms of, maybe you'll get a girlfriend. It's not like a shoot your shot thing, like and swish it, bro. Like it's not that type of thing. It's more so just like only good things really can happen, and I'm not even like trying to tell you what those good things are. It's just that, being human and being friendly and showing love.
You can make lifetime friends and collaborators from
it can get you
just
anywhere.
reaching out.
I would have been perfectly happy, just gaining a great friend. I'm glad it's more than that, obviously, but like it's been all good.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think you're totally right. Trying to expand my network through this podcast and stuff too, and that's been really cool. Just meeting new people and collaborating with more people and stuff has been really awesome. So yeah,
plus one on that.
Yes.
For sure.
Always be friendly.
Exactly.
Always say something nice.
Yeah.
Rules to live by.
Yeah.
But tell us about the like Tiny Desk submission thing.
Yeah, so we all were in you also did Be Your Own that day as well. We all kind of just booked a space at the Record Co. It was me, you, and Lib. And we all wanted to just wanted to get it done, kill 3 birds with one stone. My sister shot the video for it. She's a videographer and a photographer as well. And we had Mauricio. He goes by Dudes That Record on Instagram, and he did our audio mixing for us, our live audio mixing, which was nice. It's a tough job too. I also work part-time as a live audio mixer. It is like a tough job to do, so shout out to him. And Julian was able to record his, and we only had like 10 minutes for mine at the end. I think even less than that. And I just did 2 takes and called it a day.
We knew Krithi would take the least amount of time because and Krithi said this one time, and I think she hit the nail on the head. She's like, I could be many things, but one thing that is for sure is that like technically, like I'll get it. Like in terms of like being polished, like I'm there. Like all creativity out the window. If I have one thing, it's that I can sing and I can hold a pitch, and that's not going anywhere ever.
Yeah,
and it's true. So for something like this, where it just like has to sound good, and the musicians have to do their job, which our friends are fantastic. Like they're going to like. She can get it done just like that. I might need 10 tries to get it to my likeness, to my liking. So,
yeah, I am pretty sound, but I owe that to like years of like vocal experience. And I didn't train in like R&B or jazz or anything. I trained in primarily Indian classical music, but it translates so well to Western music. So when I started doing that, it was easy to make that transition. And also it gives you like a different type of sound. I'd say when you try to sing
you
Western
definitely
music.
learn to run before you learn to walk is sort of how I look at it.
Me?
It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool. Yeah, I mean, knowing just the tiniest bit about like Indian vocal music, I can see how some of the sort of like like runs and stuff would carry over. Yeah,
those runs kind of translate into like R&B riffs really well, which is why a lot of people that grow up doing that type of music transition into R&B is what I'm seeing. Like a lot of people that I know that did Carnatic music as a kid, they transition really well into R&B, and specifically like neo soul.
What's the term for that again? The one that's sort of comparable to vibrato?
It's called gamakam.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like vibrato. Yeah.
That's called. Yeah, where you hear in Carnatic music. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that term up because that
I can give you a lesson after this.
Please, let's do a lesson segment.
Yeah,
I would love that.
My God, I'm so out of touch with it.
we don't have to.
I hope no past teacher sees this.
Yeah, save that for Patreon.
Yeah,
paywall. Yeah,
we could do some Patreon bullshit.
Patreon.
Yeah, why not? Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, fall into the pit.
No, that would be cool. Actually, I'd love to learn more about Indian vocal music. Me and Pete went to the same college, studying the same thing, and
Where'd you guys go?
UMass Lowell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have like an audio program and stuff. But yeah, we both learned a little bit about that kind of thing in like world music classes. But yeah, it doesn't really go deep into anything. So
yeah.
But
yeah, I did a bit of audio engineering at Rochester as well.
Cool.
But just minoring.
And what your major was, performance, or?
I did. I majored in environmental health.
Oh wow!
She was like close environmental health.
So close.
I mean, that would be the next.
So close. I was pre-med for a bit, and then I was like, I can't do this.
Do you have anything to say about the health of the environment?
I would say it's pretty bad right now. But it's really not up to us at the individual level. I think we've kind of done our part. I think it's really at the corporation level where things are pretty messed up.
Spit.
And
No, I agree.
Yeah. If you kind of focus on too much on that, you're like, oh, we're beyond fucked. So I was like, I'd like to not be focusing on that.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why I do music.
Totally. Yeah, no, I could
Escapism.
go into that, but maybe we don't want that on the podcast, I guess. that perhaps negativity. But everything's going to be fine.
This
so
was
it's
like
not
the
really
fire
negative.
behind us.
Yeah,
and like we're all going to shit. We're all going to hell. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Keep an eye out on whether we all end up in
hell or not.
You said
Yeah. Are we allowed to cuss on this? But I feel like I've cussed so many times. I'm
Good
so
time to
sorry.
ask.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
this will
so
be
sorry.
aired on PBS.
I'm so sorry.
So-
This is marked as for
I know.
children.
I should have asked at the beginning. I tend to I try not to, but I try to limit that part of my vocabulary, but it slips out.
Do you think
It's
of
very
hell as a cuss?
stress relieving to swear.
Yeah, it's cathartic.
It's cathartic.
Do you think hell is a curse word?
I don't think it is now that I'm
It's all context. It's all context.
now that I'm thinking about it. I
hockey
don't
stick.
think that's a swear.
I feel like it was a swear
It's
when
a
I was in
place.
elementary school.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a place.
Hell is a place, not a
Mm-hmm.
bad word. And we're all maybe going there. We'll see.
Who knows?
time will
Julie,
tell.
you're asking the wrong people. I'm not Christian in any way, and Julian's agnostic. So
Time will tell. Oh, who knows? Maybe that'll put me there.
agnosticism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
a contribution. It's like,
that checks out.
that
Yeah.
checks out.
Yeah.
Hell,
Thanks, Pete.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Can we get a hell yeah? Hell yeah.
What's
boy.
next?
Yeah, let's go to the next topic. Tell me about, because the first time I don't know if you were there, Krithi, but the first time I ever saw Julian was at a Bridgeside Cypher
I
event.
wouldn't be there. My first one was the one he took
Last
me to
weekend.
last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed it though. It was a nice experience. Definitely chaotic, but I enjoyed it.
have you done any ciphers or no?
No,
Cool.
this
Maybe
would
it's
be
more
a Julian
for
question.
Julian, yeah. But yeah, I'm curious. Like, I think you've been doing those for a long time. I think you said that you've been at pretty much every one when I brought up Bridgeside, right?
Yeah, that's pretty far from an exaggeration. It's a I've gone to many, if not most. I have been to most, at least since I started going in, I think 2021 or like summer 2021. I think is probably when I started going. But yeah, they have been everything to me in so many different ways. First of all, the organizers, Aaron King, Just Jill, and Gio are family to me.
Awesome.
I love them dearly. And aside from just being a place to sort of hone my skills, particularly as a rapper, where like a lot of my music nowadays is not rap centric, but this is sort of my rap outlet where I get to stay sharp, work on my lyricism, my pen, my flow. But aside from just being like batting practice there, and obviously just being a fun social event, man, like the networking experience that I've had there has been second to none. You know, the amount of musicians that I've met through there of surprisingly all genres, even has been just like life changing. And the way networking works obviously is like you can meet one person who leads you to another person, and now a few years into doing this music thing, I know dozens if not hundreds of creatives in and around Boston, and it all really stems from this web that comes out to the ciphers, and it's all people who just want to enjoy each other's company. And some of those people are lifelong friends. I'm about to be a groomsman at one of my cipher friends' weddings in July. Cool. Shout out to Keanu Damon. We just released a collaboration this year too.
Cool.
But it's really been invaluable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Thanks. No, I've only been to one or two, but they were both really cool. Or I don't know if it was one or two, but however many I've been to, they were amazing. And yeah, everyone there is really cool. And I think the reason I think I've been to more than one is because I've actually done some of the editing and like the mixing on some of the live sound that they've captured for a few of the events and stuff.
Super cool. What I've enjoyed about going to so many is I've seen really, and this is what I'm excited for Krithi to see. Hopefully, she wants to come to a few more with me. Is the like how they're really trying to diversify what a cipher looks like and sounds like. Like the one we just did was a more traditional, like street vibe one, which has its own, you know, magic to it, where it's sort of casual. You got people flooding in from the street, outside of like it's Graffiti Alley in Cambridge. You know, it's like it feels very hip hop. And you know, informal. We got beats playing over this PA. But on the other end of the spectrum, we'll have live band ciphers organized by the same people, where we do have like a freestyle section, but we also have like a series of like featured sets, performance sets, almost like a concert, where, you know, people will sing or rap over like a live band, and then other, you know, people from the crowd will join them and cipher in addition. There's even, you know, specially themed ones, like we have an R&B cipher that I think is going to become annual, where it's more oriented toward R&B singers and rappers, and there's the Hot Girl cipher, where it's sort of a woman empowerment cipher, where it really gives the stage to you know, femme-identifying musicians, and that's really cool to see. And I've been so happy to see so many men go out to that too, and just support from the crowd, and it's always super well attended every year. So they're really doing a great job at that. A documentary, they just screened a documentary that has been in the works for a couple of years. I'm going to see it for the first time on May 2nd. By this time, I think this that'll already have passed for this podcast. But you know, just really great things they're doing for the music community here.
Yeah, no, they're really cool, and the events they do are really cool. We actually did an episode with them a few episodes back.
Oh, cool.
They were
nice.
all three of them were on that very couch.
No, they're awesome.
Can't wait.
They're
Royalty
awesome.
here.
I think I was like definitely surprised in the last cipher, the only cipher that you took me to, the variety in artists there. I think there was a lot more singers than I thought there were going to be, which is nice. I enjoyed singing too. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it, but I definitely did. And Jill is awesome. Shout out to Jill.
Yeah, we love.
That's
Jill.
also who. I think Julian first told me about it, but she kind of emphasized it more. She was like, "Come," because she was like, I think she was worried that I would be too scared going to like a male-dominated environment.
If anybody gets that, it's Jill.
Yeah.
If anybody gets it, it's Jill for sure.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Do you have any, like, not to put you on the spot, but do you have any like favorite moments from like any ciphers that you've performed in or anything?
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, it's a good question. Because I don't have an answer for a lot of questions like this. But there was one cipher at Starlight Square in Cambridge. It was a live band cipher, and it just started pouring, like really coming down. And we had a couple event tents that like everybody who attended, and this was a well-attended event, sort of scrambled to like set up and put over us. Like we didn't want the party to stop. We were having such a good time, like great vibes all night. I think that was the same night that this is my first time ever meeting Kareem. Shout out Kareem if you're watching this. You're the GOAT. Performed sort of like a free verse. I think it was derived from one of his songs over like a live instrumental version of Redbone. That was just like absolutely blew me away. Just like an unbelievable singer. He can rap too. He's like he rapped like a freestyle, like when everything was coming down. I was like, this guy's crazy. And there are a few other people who like really wowed me that night. In addition to just the dramatics of just having it be poured on and us not caring, like really just like a singing in the rain type moment.
Yeah,
I think that was like one of the most like spiritually euphoric moments of my life, not even just at the ciphers, but like one of those things that reminded me how much I love music. Yeah.
Do they always end with Redbone or something?
No, actually, it was sort of a coincidence that they brought it back at the Cypher that you were at.
Yeah.
They played it like maybe once or twice as like a beat, but they've done it once or twice when they have a live band because it's just like a good, like it's a classic instrumental at this point.
It is, definitely is.
Translates well. So. Yeah.
No, that sounds like quite a scene. Yeah, I can picture that. I don't think that was the one that we went to, right?
You should come to the next one.
I'd like to,
because one of the next ones will probably be like a live band one, right?
I don't think so. Probably not. I think it'll probably be at the skate park if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay,
Lynch
nice.
Family Skate Park in Cambridge. But usually that's
that'd be
it's
nice.
sort of like, I like the environment better and it's more spread out. It's more formalized in terms of video, but it'll also be like maybe like a DJ, producer, and beats. And
Oh yeah, that was nice. I asked him to play one of my beats. It was nice to like watch people freestyle over it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a beat that I made recently that I think would be cool to
Yeah.
pitch to them.
I'm sure they love that.
use
It's definitely a cool experience. Like, you see other people's takes on what you made.
Yeah, it's wicked cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, I always want to go to more events, but a lot of sessions and stuff happen like at night, which kind of makes it hard to go to. Like almost every time something happens, I'm like, someone tells me about it, and then I look at my calendar and like somehow there's always something at that exact time. Just like, yeah.
Really
But
be like that.
yeah, no, gotta get out to more ciphers and just like shows and stuff in general for sure. But yeah, like we've talked a little bit about like production and stuff in general. I'm curious, like what role or what's your approach to production, or what does it play in your overall like musical lives? What role does production play?
For me, I think there's a lot to benefit from working with new producers. I don't like to produce every single thing I do, but I really do enjoy that, like the making of the entire song, because you have like, I don't want to make it into like I have control, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like you have control over this world that you've created for yourself. So, not to like psychoanalyze it, but I honestly think it's like definitely having ownership over songs that you've made, saying like I did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you're always gonna want like a second, even if you don't want someone to collaborate with you on it, you're always gonna want like a second opinion. Like you got to make sure you don't have that much ego that you're gonna be averted to any sort of help. So like I definitely need to like balance that a lot more, and I have definitely been balancing that a lot more going forward. I kind of just enjoy starting with, it's kind of like a puzzle piece almost, right? It's almost like a puzzle. I enjoy like if you start with like a sample, like flipping it, doing whatever you want to the sample, and kind of creating something new, but it all fits together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's really the beauty behind it. And it becomes like very easy and second nature and seamless the more you do it. So.
Yeah, for me, in terms of production, I'm much more on the side of, she was joking about DJ Khaled a little earlier, on the DJ Khaled side of things. Right?
You do more than DJ Khaled does in his songs. Come on, like, you do way more.
Some stuff. But I am far more of like an executive producer than I am a hands-on producer most of the time. My latest album, Beneath My Wings, included more than 40 people contributing to it, and they all did their thing, and I intentionally maintained 85% of their vision, just sort of gave them the reins and said, hey, like, this is my overarching idea, can you do your thing to it? But there was that 15% that I really enjoyed, sort of being like, I wonder how this sounds. Do you think you can execute it in this sort of way? And taking people out of their comfort zones, taking people out of their genres, and sort of, bringing my vision to life in that way, where it is collaborative, but I have this sort of Julian sound to it, regardless of what genre comes out, what the genres of my musicians are, rooted in, and all that. So I guess that's my favorite part of production. In terms of the more hands-on aspect, I do it sometimes, and I have a lot of fun with it. I'm doing it a lot more.
When I make a beat, he'll come and be like, "This sounds good on it," kind of thing.
Yeah, so
you are kind of getting into it more, and you got Ableton.
I do know the basics, and I have like beat made before. I have a good sense for what I lack in technical skills in terms of like playing like a whole ton of instruments. I'm sort of like a jack of all trades, master of none in terms of instruments. Like I can play a lot of instruments really in a really novice level. My best instrument is probably the trumpet, and I'm still picking that up after 13 years of dropping it.
He played that on a song that we're both on called "Playtime's Over."
Yeah.
We should plug that one.
But yeah, I get a lot of I get a kick out of just sort of figuring that out with other musicians who can sort of execute like an idea that I hum out, or like I can hear like a bass line in my head and I can play that on a MIDI keyboard and it sounds great. So there's more to come in terms of producer Julian. This is going to be like the year where it really starts for me in terms of production. But it's only just recently that I'm moving away from just saying I'm like a vocalist and more into saying I'm a musician, I'm a producer, I'm a multi-instrumentalist sort of thing.
He's very he's what you would call a musical matchmaker. He's very good at bringing people together. We took a trip to New York City that Julian kind of arranged, and we had like five or six plus actually musicians in like one small little studio.
We had 10 at one point.
10 at one point, yeah. Just kind of contributing to a song, and it was definitely like a great experience. I'd love to do something like that again. Definitely more in like a relaxed setting, because I think there was a lot of like bumps in the road there with getting a studio and stuff, but we should definitely find like a definitely find like a musical retreat, just invite like 10
we're talking
artists.
about it. This is a good time to plug the collective though. I'm part of a collective called Async that originated in New York with a couple guys that I met just as I met Krithi, actually, in terms of way, not in terms of time, but this was actually before I met Krithi. Back in this is in 2021. I literally got an Instagram ad from this I guess alternative hip hop artist, electronic hip hop artist, that I just loved the song. Came up on my feed. I DM'd him and was like, hey, like I actually got your ad. I just wanted to tell you I really love this song. If you happen to be looking for any collaborators or an extra voice in the future, like please let me know. I'd love to be in your corner for something like that. And he was like, thank you so much for reaching out. It's such fortuitous timing that you said this, because at like this month I'm really cracking down on getting this collective idea like off the ground, where it's sort of like a place for creatives of all sorts of different mediums to come together and just like workshop and brainstorm and collaborate. And you fast forward to now, which is like 3 years after all that happened, and he's like a brother to me. I am one of the sort of key pieces in this collective, like secondary to only like a founding member. I sort of and unofficially A&R for them. I recruit like a lot of new artists and creatives, and we've done so many things from throw shows to make countless songs and collaborations together to what Krithi described in terms of just organizing like studio cookups where all these people from different walks of life and creative styles join together, and we just bang out like a couple songs, Revenge of the Dreamers style almost. yeah, that's also been like just like Bridgeside, just like a pillar of what I do as a musician. So, shout out to he now goes by Renji, his artist name. His name is Nick, but shout out to Nick there for getting that started.
Sweet, yeah. No, it's super interesting to hear about like your different approaches to production and how that fits into your like overall musical world and stuff. And yeah, that collective sounds super cool. I'm gonna have to check them out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Do some investigation. No, that's really cool. Yeah, going to like the other end of the spectrum of like music. If both of you just happened at the same time to accidentally step into a portal where we were in a different world where no new music was allowed to be written and composed, and you had to become cover artists for the rest of your lives.
Oh my God.
Who would you have to pick
That
one
is an
artist.
excellent
What
question.
a crazy question.
you wanna
That
go
took me
first,
through
or
like ups
should
and
I?
downs. You go first, Julian. I'm thinking.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Wow.
I think the obvious one for me, you're gonna laugh, is Michael Jackson. Because I started out like my sort of creative journey as a literal Michael Jackson impersonator. Like,
I will pull up the video and you better play it at the end of this interview.
yeah, we'll save
I'm
that.
obsessed with this video.
It was mostly on the dance side of things at first. I actually started as a dancer before I ever did music.
Oh, cool.
But I still know like even the most obscure Michael Jackson songs like word for word. So that would be the easiest one to take up. I don't nearly have the vocal chops for it, but I think the next one that makes sense in terms of like this is what the world needs is like I'd probably say somebody like Outkast. You know, I think I could.
I thought you were gonna say Smino.
Yeah, but he's like not like big enough or like it doesn't have the appeal enough to be like a cover artist for somebody like that. And
I guess.
and it's weirder to do like straight up like I don't know. I mean, it's sort of the case with Outkast too. Like covering hip hop bands is a little weird because nobody wants to hear you just like rap other people's raps. But I do like sort of like the Roses type songs, and I guess that like everybody covers Hey Ya, but like that type of like more melodic, like funky, like Andre 3000 sort of thing, because they're the foundation for like all the types of like hip hop genre bending that I'm into. And again, I'm not gonna be. You won't find me singing like Michael Jackson. Like I can't. I'm not vocally capable of that, and I think I would sound much better and more natural doing something like Andre 3000 type vocals. So I'll give you that as my answer for now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think eventually you're going to get that letter from the government where you have to pick one.
Yeah.
But
I see.
For right now, this can be the provisional two options.
Yeah. I'll say Outkast is the safe bet for me.
What if I just do Andre 3000, just his flute album, and I just like hum instead of the flute? Or like just Andre 3000 and like a hard rock version, like a metal version of his
How is that a cover band?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I would probably do, I think definitely the music that the artist that I think really defines my sound the most would be Sade. I would probably do her songs because she's just got some hits and there's no bad ones. There's no bad songs. So I could probably live off of her songs. I could do like different versions of every song. Like I could spice it up with the covers. It's a good like baseline for doing some crazy shit. Maybe I'll do some heavy metal versions of her songs.
I almost wore my Sublime sweatshirt today, which I love Sublime, but I always joke about them being like everybody is a Sublime cover band. I feel like I see a Sublime cover band like every other week. But I would have made the joke. I would have been like, I would have parted my scarf like Superman, and you would have seen like the Sublime logo on it. I would have been like, yeah,
it's Sublime, man.
Honestly, I would really enjoy that though. Like I would, like if I got to sing Santeria every day and Doing Time every day, I would live it happy.
Cry.
If
I heard those songs on loop.
Yeah, it's a life.
It's what's the saying? Like it's humble work or something. I don't know.
It's
humble work. Honest work.
Honest work. Yeah.
You're working
It's
a
not
blue
much, but it's
collar
honest
job.
work. Yeah.
You're working a blue collar job. What do? I'm actually a Sublime cover band,
There's a
cover
lot
artist.
of 40-year-old men will tell you that.
True. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Maybe in this future, like all manual labor has been roboticized, and
Yeah, I think that's why I would go unhinged with it and choose like to do like only heavy metal versions of songs. 'Cause I'd just be like so annoyed. I just want to make noise. If there would be no music, like I would just be so sick of being silent. I would just want to make noise all the time. I'm sure I would revert to that.
you have a scream,
Of
like
what?
vocally,
Yeah,
like
a
do you
scream.
scream?
I can scream. I could do it.
Yeah?
I could do it.
I'd like
pretty
to
cool.
hear that.
I would.
I've never heard you
I've
sing.
never
incorporate
screamed. In
I was
front
gonna
of you.
say I've never seen you do like
I
a
was about to say
like
I
a
could do it
screamo
though.
type
I'm sure I have it in me. If the world was silent, there was no music, I think I would reach my breaking point, and I would do it for sure.
That's not. That's like that's a different dystopia than what I'm saying.
Okay.
But
Well,
actually,
it's still a dystopia. Only
Yeah.
covers. Like it's still a dystopia.
no music. Yeah.
No new music.
I wonder how creative they'd let people get, and how like far out you could get while still saying like, "Oh, this is."
This is a cover.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be fun. But probably not going to happen.
Maybe.
I was actually going to ask. I think another question I was thinking about asking is like, what would you both do if there was no music? So you would scream and make other noise, non-musical noises.
I would probably, and what I probably would do while I'm making music is work in like environmental advocacy, which is like what I continue to do, and I'd probably work in like public health as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're saying if there is no music, period, like like not just I'm not making music, but nobody's making music.
Let's say that.
Oh, okay. Then
Okay.
I'm gonna change my answer.
Oh wait, what?
If nobody's making music, then the world is like a crap place anyway. So why would I waste my time bettering the health of the world?
Wow.
When I could just live as a hermit somewhere. I would
The dark
probably
side of yin
I would
and
do
yang
nothing.
comes out again.
I would
This
do
is-
nothing. I would go sit on an island. I would.
You be watching movies. It's okay. You'll survive.
There's no music in the movies because we can't make new music though.
Watch true crime or something.
That's true. I could watch true crime. I could sit
She
on an
watches a
island
lot
somewhere
of
and watch true
stuff,
crime.
which is I envy that. I can't sit still enough to do that.
I'm classic ADHD. I need to have like something going on in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like an iPad kid, honestly.
NCIS and Subway Surfers on the same.
Yeah. More like I need to be like doing work while watching like true crime. No, I've seen that on TikTok, like NCIS and Subway Surfers, and it helps you focus.
That's like Netflix and chill, but for psychopaths.
Yeah. That's not psychopathic. I think that's just maybe there's a generational gap there, Julian.
Let's see. I guess. Shoot, man. I would. Yeah, my career right now is tied to music, so it would be. I would.
You're a writer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what writing I would do. Would I just go back to like straight up journalism? I might. I was a journalist by trade for years coming out of college. I only just transitioned into a marketing job for a music venue in actually also November. So
You wouldn't be able to write about music.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why
Oh,
I can't
What a
be a music
terrible world.
marketer.
That's why I would give up.
I might be like a still like creative management. I think was what I would do. Like I was talking to this. I'm gonna keep him anonymous for now. I don't know if you'd want me saying this on a podcast, but I was talking to a filmmaker that I know and actually met through my journalism, who was interested in having me be like a talent scout of sorts, and like a marketing manager as well for his film company that he was just sort of trying to get off the ground. And that was really exciting for me. I'm not much of a film person at all, as I just said. Like I really don't watch a whole lot, but I love anything creative, honestly. And when I do watch movies and stuff, like I love them as much or more than the next person. It's just not really how I spend my time. But if there's no music, a whole lot else like climbs up that list of priorities for me. So I think something like that would be really enriching for me for sure.
Well, hopefully you can pull enough income doing that to support two people, since Krithi will be doing nothing but watching
I might honestly be
videos.
like isolating. You might not just hear from me. I might be like, don't talk to me in this terrible world.
I'll try to be the breadwinner, win some bread.
Actually, I would be relying on you for an income.
Maybe they could do us all a solid and like erase our memory of music too. So
that would be better.
nice.
I think if I remembered it, then I would. I think I'm not alone in this. I think everyone would go crazy.
I still need
And
to
be like,
watch
wow,
that
we can't make
video,
anything new?
That movie. What was that movie about the world forgetting what
But the Beatles is
about the
the
Beatles?
brown dude
And then the guy
who
had
becomes
to-
famous.
had to cover all of the Beatles
But
songs
becoming
from memory.
basically like a Beatle cover artist. Because everyone forgot who the Beatles were.
I never saw
He
that
woke up
one.
in a universe. and
Yeah,
everyone
it's
forgot.
such like a cool concept. I want to watch that. Anyways,
It's not that far off from what I'm saying here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me think of it for sure.
How about this?
No, I love these scenarios. They're really getting.
The rest of the podcast
I'm
is
really like
just
psychoanalyzing
hypotheticals.
myself through these. I love it.
Yeah, no, I got a couple silly questions.
Yes, please, please.
Now we're getting into that portion. So you both receive $10 million in cash, but you have to decide. You have to reach a consensus on how to spend the $10 million. You can't, if there's
Oh,
any
we have to work
disagreement, you
together.
can no longer.
This is
spend the
why
money.
we shouldn't have done the podcast together.
Oh.
We should have done it separately. 'Cause this
$10
is
million
not gonna work.
and we have to choose together what
Yeah,
we do with it.
you have to be
can
in
we
concert.
choose now to split it 5 million, and now we can do what we need to do with it?
This isn't
Or
really
is this
the
a
spirit,
shared
this isn't
money?
the spirit of the
Separate
question.
things.
Okay.
I'd appreciate if you could comply a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Comply,
Jesus, I'm so sorry.
please. No loopholes. No
Rule number one: no
No
loopholes.
loopholes.
I would probably put some aside.
What is this I talking?
We would probably.
We would, and now you're saying we would do this without conferring with me.
Put forward the
Can
motion.
you give us a second?
No, what
Team
is
huddle. Team huddle.
this? This has never
aside
happened before.
To invest or like to put some aside for retirement.
They don't want to be heard right now. This is the first
Yeah.
time this has happened on the show.
No. Yeah. Why are we huddling up? We
like a
can
game show.
deliberate in public.
Okay. Yes.
This is like a Senate hearing.
I'm thinking we should put some aside for retirement and savings.
Splendid.
I'm thinking we
That's
should
what
put.
you come to after that.
Yeah, but you got to put some
top
aside
secret
first.
business.
Otherwise, you're not going to have money later. I'm thinking about
You have
longevity
to
for
move in
us.
silence in order to stay
Yes.
rich. Rule number
We
one.
put some aside. Maybe we'll put like a percentage to invest.
Rule number one is no loopholes.
Yeah, that's rule number 2. Move in silence,
Move
stay
in
rich.
silence. Then I think we would buy a really nice place together.
Yeah.
Did you
I'm
decide that?
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
telepathically we're
We're talking in here because
really nice. We'd probably get me a car so you wouldn't have to drive me anywhere.
I'm
anymore.
getting a car
You're probably getting a car
as
first.
repayment. You can take my old one. Thank you very much.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I think you could probably afford two cars.
I mean, well, if we have $10 million, I could probably afford my own car.
Yeah.
So we probably get like a nice place, very
I might
artsy,
get a really good
very artsy
cheeseburger.
place. We probably invest in like a nice studio, like in the house itself.
And Julian
I'd
wants,
probably get a second really nice cheeseburger.
Nice.
Julian wants at least two cheeseburgers.
At least 2 cheeseburgers. Maybe even
We could
fries on the
buy
side.
Burger King or buy like
I don't be
Popeyes,
getting like
right?
I don't be getting
10
fries at
million?
fast
I don't know.
food
We probably
places.
couldn't. Clearly, I don't know
think so.
anything.
I don't think so.
I would finally be able to get fries at fast food places because they'd be taxing. I never get fries at like a
Yeah.
fast food stop because they're like
Well, we could
$4
also- we could
for a
hire
small
a cook.
fry. Meanwhile, I can get two double cheeseburgers for $4 at McDonald's. I do not endorse these motherfuckers, but
Yeah, we
if I
don't
were to
endorse
go get
McDonald's.
McDonald's and fill my belly, $4 for 2 double cheeseburgers and like $4 for like a small fry. Like this is like capitalist America.
Potatoes are
Potato
skyrocketing.
famine.
But if we have $10 million, we are capitalist America.
That's true.
I don't know how to put it.
I love how we didn't jump to doing like anything of a worthy cause with it.
You could have
Like, we didn't say,
redistributed
like-
that.
No,
Yeah.
we would have bought a new, because this is our pressing issue right now. We need to find a nice place. Housing, there's a housing crisis.
So you need to find.
We need to
We
find
find
a
a
nice
shoebox
place
apartment
first.
and then we donate the
Right.
rest.
And then we would
to
donate the
charity.
rest. Well,
Yeah.
not a shoebox part. We can find somewhere comfortable,
You guys could
please.
become like monastics and give all the money away.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure we would donate. What
Julian's
cause
over
would
here
you donate this to,
getting
Julian?
2
What is your
cheeseburgers.
ideas for what cause we would donate it to?
Ronald McDonald Foundation. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, I wouldn't donate it. Who am I
I would
kidding? I just wanted to. I wanted to sound nice to the cameras. No, we're buying a crib.
I would think that we would start. Okay, I'm actually thinking about this. I feel like we would start some sort of like music education program.
That's very noble of you.
I think we would, because we've talked about this, about like
I
how
still want a cheeseburger.
Just 1 or 2.
This is the third one.
3 cheeseburgers.
3 cheeseburgers. With $10 million,
cheeseburger.
we'll buy 3 cheeseburgers. I think we've settled it. I'm vegetarian, so I can't have any of that.
One of them will be
It all
Impossible
goes to
Burger.
Julian.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take a black bean burger.
Yeah, exactly.
black bean
I like
burger is
that bean,
good.
too.
Which every day.
Yeah.
I will take
Oh,
one. If
I'm
you
glad
offer
we
me a black
figured
bean
that
burger, I'll
out.
take one every day.
Glad we figured that out. That's all right.
So,
I guess.
okay. So what's on the list? We have 3 cheeseburgers,
Oh,
And fries.
1 or 2 cars. We're not sure. Maybe fries.
Yeah.
A place to live, savings and retirement.
Yeah.
well,
We
yeah.
can do. We
And
can.
like a
I
music
like the
education.
starting
I
a
think it's
music
very-
education.
Yeah,
It's
Foundation.
very
Forgot that one.
fiscally responsible of me to think of retirement and savings first thing.
That was big of you.
I'm also betting on
And
the
I would
Celtics
buy-
to win in
I think
5.
we would buy both of our parents like a nice place
Yeah.
before
I thought
we
you were
would
going
buy
to say you're going to
something.
buy both of your parents.
You could.
We'd legally buy them. Yes.
Yeah. We could go on and I'm gonna cut us off right here. We could literally go on and
Yeah.
on about how to spend $10 million.
I was trying to give a legit answer, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, I was
This
too.
is the yin and yang playing itself out. Once
Yes.
again.
I start small and then I work my way
Cheeseburgers and
out big.
retirement. That's literally it.
Cheeseburgers and retirement.
Why
and then
would
my
you
next album.
retire if you couldn't have cheeseburgers?
Exactly.
That's true. Life is short.
See, you get
So
it.
true.
Have 3
You get it.
cheeseburgers.
3 cheeseburgers, you probably have a couple bucks left after that.
Yeah.
Eat a burger.
All right. How about this?
Because these have been going so well.
We're probably the worst people to do this with. I'm sorry.
No, this is great.
Okay.
I really loved when you like pulled away and were having a sub conversation that you
Yeah.
didn't want to be.
It wasn't about
shared.
subs, it was about burgers. There's a
Burgers.
Very
difference,
nice.
different
Very nice.
type of
You need like a
second.
pun alarm, pun button or
button.
something. Okay, so you've both been. I've asked this question, but this is a new form of the question.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked the $10 million question to a couple people as well, but this one I've asked to also a few people. But it'll be different now because I'm asking it to 2 people at once. So you're kidnapped, both
Starting
kidnapped
off strong.
in a big burlap sack by a serial killer guy, evil guy, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes you to his basement. He ties you up.
Is that this right now?
This is not this. That's not this.
We're
That's not
technically
this.
in a basement. Okay.
The big difference is that the guy who did it is a 3-star Michelin chef who can cook anything. And he's gonna give you guys your last meal, but he only has enough stuff to make like one thing. So you have to once again
Oh,
convert.
that's fucked, man.
A 4th burger.
Oh my god! So in this,
So Krithi's not eating.
I'm so sorry.
you've already
Continue.
become a $10
Man,
million.
I'm gonna get. I was
millionaire
gonna
in
say
this
something, but
world.
it's a little gruesome.
Wait, what? Your answer is gruesome?
No, just like I probably wouldn't eat anything. I think I just watch a lot of true crime, and like
Oh, okay,
you got
here
a
we
lot to
go.
deal with later with
You
like
would
the
watch
body.
true crime while you're being held hostage by
No,
a
I
serial
watch a
killer?
lot of true crime, and I just know that it's
Oh.
like a lot to deal with for like the people doing the autopsy later, like with food in your system. So I probably wouldn't eat anything. I would be like, it's my favor down the line for them.
That's very considerate. What
Yeah.
if you're like super hungry?
If I'm super hungry, I would probably have something. But if I'm super hungry, I wouldn't have a cheeseburger. I wouldn't go out having beef.
Well, let's say
that's
that you're
literally
super
like
hungry.
I'm literally Hindu. Like I would not go out having beef. What a terrible way to get me to like my form of like heaven.
As if you haven't sinned in 500 other ways, bro.
Well, you have
I
to
mean, it doesn't
come to a
matter.
consensus here. I mean, what about would it just be a beyond? Is it actually a cheeseburger, or are you just having a bit of a laugh?
Okay, honest to God,
Yeah, honestly, I would be.
it might be. Like I was kidding last time, but I do really love a good cheeseburger. It's traditionally been my favorite food. I wouldn't say it's my favorite food anymore.
Okay.
But it would be hard not saying like going out with my OG, like a really good cheeseburger with like a garlic jam, not even like a garlic aioli, but maybe like a garlic bacon jam.
How does that
And,
make you
like,
feel?
I know.
I can't eat any of it, but
I know
would,
we're together, so
I would probably. I don't think he could make my last meal. I would want my last meal to like be cooked like by my grandma or something.
Maybe
well, we
it's your
have to come
grandma.
up with a joint meal, right? Is the point of the question?
That's kind of the idea, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if it was
Let's
a
do
Beyond
Benedict.
Burger?
You
or
want to do
whatever?
like a
Oh, a nice eggs Benedict.
yeah?
That's a good
That's
one.
it.
We do love a good eggs Benedict.
Both of us.
Okay.
That's a great one we can agree on.
Decided.
This is perfect.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
cool. My favorite food used to be, there was this restaurant in Providence that made like a tofu Benedict. It was like a vegan eggs Benedict, and it was so fucking good. But that place is shut down. But your idea sounds
Just like
amazing.
Chunkies.
Yeah, Chunky's going out. This place going
You're only
out.
putting us on to places that are closing down.
What's
You
a,
gotta put us on to something that's open.
It's being like you can't even find it if you tried. It's gone.
yeah, it's pretty sad for me too. But no, I think that I appreciate how you were able to come together on something like that.
That's a good one, yeah. He makes a good eggs Benedict,
Nice.
right? Have you made one for me?
No, I can't poach
Never mind.
eggs or
Never
make
mind.
hollandaise sauce.
Well,
I make
you
good
prepare
eggs. I make good
well.
eggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's big.
Yeah.
Egg maker.
Egg.
Well, I don't know how long we've been going, but I think we've been going for a little while.
Have we?
Maybe a bit longer than
A bit longer than
Normal?
an hour, maybe.
two people. It's
Yeah.
easy to go over. So, in the way of wrapping things up, can you talk a little bit about the song that we're gonna record?
Oh yeah.
Well, the beat is titled Mocha Liqueur.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's real.
I was like, I looked that up after because I didn't know that was a real drink.
Is it?
Is it a drink? I got some results, so it must be a
Yeah.
drink somewhere.
Yeah, I kind of made. I don't know. It just sounded.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Anyways, it's not about that.
It's not about that.
Okay.
I actually let Krithi kick because I've when we've been collaborating lately, I feel like I more often have been starting off lyrically, and she's been following my lead. So I was like, Krithi, why don't you start off with the concept this time? So I'll let her explain.
Yeah, I think the general when I heard the beat for the first time, I got more of like a pulling you in kind of feel. So I wrote it from the perspective of someone that's like seducing you or entrancing you and pulling you in kind of thing.
Me specifically?
Yeah, you are pulling us in. No, I just wrote it from like that kind of like
Yeah.
femme fatale perspective.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know how you kind of responded to
So
that.
it's
You can
like,
explain.
it's like a duet, I guess. It's not so we didn't write it so that it's like a song with like a feature thrown in there. There's also some like back and forth, almost call and response type stuff.
Cool.
But basically, yeah, I wrote with that idea. Obviously, she wrote the hook first and foremost, and that's her primary contribution to the song. I wrote the first verse and then half the second. We sort of share the second verse back and forth. But my, I guess, character speaker perspective is somebody who's
being pulled in.
yeah, being pulled in, but is with it, and I liked her idea, sort of where at first it was just sort of like sexy, sort of like surface level, but then it sort of became like, maybe what if this becomes like a deeper connection, like sort of thing. So I went with that type thing too, where it's like, ooh, yeah, like I might maybe like I'll climb in through the, like sneak in through the window and like, you know, like we'll get together, but also like, oh, what if we have like a really nice time and like we like get along?
That would be nice.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace for me was a positive writing experience.
Yeah,
I didn't make it sad. I didn't darken your your song, I promise.
It's not a very sad instrument.
It's not. So it was a good change of pace for me.
Yeah, it was cool. It doesn't sound like either of our like
completely different. That's why we chose it.
Yeah, but it was still like something I would listen to for sure. So I'm coming through with like a melodic rap type delivery through most of it, and she's got a really catchy hook, upbeat hook.
Yeah, I don't think I've made anything like this before either, so this should be interesting. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I haven't heard. I don't hear the songs before we do the interviews, so. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Super excited to hear it.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. Do you guys want to get into it?
Sounds good. I want to thank you first for having us so much.
Of course.
Totally.
For being here. It's always a pleasure to
thank
be able
to
talk. And yes, thank you, Pete.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pete.
Such a pleasure and honored to be here.
Totally. No, thank you guys. I guess real quick, do you want to plug your like social medias or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Sure. I'm Julian Mendoza. It's my government name. It's also my artist name. You can find me on all platforms there. Julian with an A, please. My Instagram handle is julian.i.mendoza.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I go by Krithi, but the I is an exclamation point. And my Instagram is kr.i.thi. So...
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for talking.
Yay.
Messages unfettered, I'm sending ya love letters, I'm hoping that you would open them. Holding notions you want just to cope, so I ain't broken up. But until you're down, I'll be up still. I know that the journey to the summit is uphill. Mama always told me I should look at the cup half filled. I'll trust that till that cup has spilled. So I never whine, yet the glass half full. Just a bitty at times, my only ass, that's all. You can decline me, it's fine, this ain't a lame cat call. But if you want me to hit it, just gotta slide on home.
I got you enchanted, trapped you in fantasy. I cannot reflect your desires, question your sanity. Taste it, but don't blame me when I disappear, let you breathe. So take it, but don't waste it. Maybe sleep with this dessert ain't free, no. Say you found a window to my soul.
Step into your mind, test your body control.
Do I show you where I have my walls?
Give a little look inside, we'll see where this goes. Baby, who knows? Baby, who knows?
I got you enchanted, trapped you in fantasy. I cannot reflect your desires, question your sanity. Taste it, but don't blame me when I disappear, let you breathe. So take it, but don't waste it. Maybe sleep with this dessert ain't free.
Thanks for listening. You can find Julian Mendoza at julian.i.mendoza on Instagram and Krithi at kr.i.thi on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us at firekeeper.studios on Instagram or at our website, firekeeperstudios.com. Check out our videographer Pete's website, peterdebarosfilms.com, or his Instagram at killpetefilms. We're always interested in taking on new projects. Peace.